Am I wrong for announcing my pregnancy at my sister's wedding? Probably. You usually are when you do something like that, especially when you don't have permission. But this will be a nice change of pace because we're not talking about divorces as we do a lot on this channel. So make sure you guys are letting me know your thoughts down below. Let's jump right into the facts. I'm 32, my sister is 28, and we've been incredibly close. Point in case, she was the first person that I told I was pregnant, beside my husband, of course. I told her essentially a week after I got a positive pregnancy test, which was about 3 months before her wedding. I told her that I was going to tell our parents and my husband's parents around the 10-week mark, but she told me that I should hold off until her wedding in September. Okay, so you got permission, so you might not be wrong here. I'd be about 4 months along at that point. So I wouldn't be showing really, and she thought it would be so special for her to be able to make an announcement about a special guest at her wedding and it be her first niece or nephew and my parents' first grandbaby. I agreed because it seemed like it meant a lot to her, and again, we were super close and I was happy to do that for her. Okay, so you guys had an agreement to announce it. So why are you thinking you're wrong in this situation? Turns out the first trimester was awful with morning sickness and exhaustion. I would have preferred to be able to talk about it with my mom, but I was willing to grin and bear it for my sister's wedding. She's a good sister. Good for her. Kudos. Well, the wedding came along, and about halfway through the night, I asked her when the announcement was happening. She told me that she had changed her mind and that her wedding didn't seem like a good time or place to announce my pregnancy. Wait. Ma'am, you're the one that said we should announce it at your wedding. I have been going through crazy morning sickness by myself, not able to talk to my mom about it because you said you wanted to surprise her at your wedding. Oh, I feel like the sister did this on purpose because how did we get here? How did we get here? And she didn't even tell her sister that this was the plan. If she changed her mind, she should have told her earlier. Oh, let's keep going. I was obviously super upset since I went through a really awful first trimester with only my sister and husband to lean on, and your sister ended up backstabbing you. Jeez. I decided I wasn't going to put the announcement on hold any longer just for her. So my husband and I pulled my parents aside and quietly told them to keep it private for the evening. They were thrilled. Lots of hugs, a few tears, but a very touching and private moment. Literally no one else found out until I announced it on Facebook a week later. So I really wouldn't consider this an announcement then because she just told her parents privately. They didn't tell anyone, and then everyone started congratulating her when she posted it on Facebook. So really, what is the issue here? My sister found out around the same time as my Facebook post when my dad mentioned how we told him about it, and she texted me and called me a who made her wedding about myself, and she hasn't spoken to me since. I've messaged her and apologized probably a dozen times since then, but she refuses to talk to me, and now she refuses to come see her little nephew, who is about a month old at this point. Jeez, so she was 4 months at the time of the wedding. The baby is now born and a month old, so she hasn't talked to her sister in like a half a year over this announcement that the sister reneged on. Like, oh no, she can't be mad. She can't be the one that's mad in the situation. My parents and partner think I did nothing wrong since she went back on her word. I agree, and that I should just wait it out and she'll come around. I'm obviously unsure, as clearly this has made her so upset with me and we were so close before. So, am I wrong? Ooh, you guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments. But before we get into that, there is an edit to add some more information. OP says, I've seen a lot of comments saying I was trying to be petty, mean, vindictive, spiteful, hurt my sister, etc. And I just wanted to address that really quick. If I had been any of those things, I would have made sure she found out that I had done it, you know? She just happened to find out a week later because my dad let it slip. I just desperately wanted to tell my mom, and after waiting over 2 months for my sister, it really felt like I couldn't wait another moment at the whims of someone who wasn't even involved in the pregnancy. I understand now though that I definitely should not have waited to tell my mom about the pregnancy. Hindsight is 20/20 and all that. I don't see why people are coming after OP, but again, let me know your comments down below and let's jump into some of the Reddit comments to see what they think. Cemetery Dweller says, not the a-hole. I was all set to say you don't announce that at a wedding, thinking you grabbed a mic and told the whole wedding. You didn't. You told your parents, just them. And it clearly didn't create a fuss at the wedding because your sister didn't even know until a week later when your parents told her. You know what happened here, right? Your sister didn't want you to steal any of her wedding thunder leading up to the wedding. She saw this as her time, and the focus was supposed to be on her upcoming life event, not yours. That's why she told you not to tell anyone at all, and then she'd announce it at the wedding. I don't think she ever planned to announce. It was just a way to keep you from telling anyone so she could be the center of attention for months. Geez, this person is definitely on the track that I'm thinking, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Unknown Hag says, man, people really take the whole wedding day is only about the bride thing to a whole new level. Only the grandparents found out about the pregnancy. It didn't eclipse the wedding day at all. Not the a-hole. I definitely agree with that commenter as well. Artorian Scribe says, not the a-hole because you told them discreetly after your sister played an obvious trick on you. Clearly, it didn't even make an impact on the wedding because it took her being told it happened to even be aware of it. I don't think she ever intended to make the announcement. She just didn't want attention taken away from her while she planned her wedding, where she did a really nasty rug pull. She essentially denied you of much needed support during a very touchy time, so her special day remained front and center. Again, I agree with that commenter. The Reddit commenters are on a roll, so y'all make sure that y'all are on a roll by commenting your thoughts below. Let's jump into the analysis of the situation. Of course, we all know that announcing your pregnancy at a wedding is not illegal, but morally, a lot of people would consider announcing a pregnancy at someone else's wedding without permission as illegal. The issue that we run into here is that OP was originally given permission to announce her pregnancy. Actually, the bride was supposed to announce the pregnancy, but the bride somehow changed her mind and forgot to tell her sister that she changed her mind before the wedding. I have to agree with the Reddit comments in that the sister probably never intended to announce the pregnancy at her wedding and that she just did not want the attention stolen from her. Now, if you're sisters and you're close, you have on a wedding, you're getting married, that's wonderful. Your sister having a baby should not negatively impact your wedding. And if your mom is going to pay more attention to your sister having a baby than your wedding, I mean, I feel like that it tends to happen. But at the same time, it shouldn't really affect your wedding. You're getting married to be with the love of your life. And do mothers really help out a lot with weddings? I don't know. I had a courthouse wedding, so I don't know how involved mothers are in planning your wedding, but they are pretty excited about babies. And you honestly should be pretty excited about your sister having a baby. I don't think someone being pregnant at a wedding steals the joy from anything going on at the wedding, but apparently this sister did think so. And maybe OP and her sister are not as close as she originally thought they were. Overall, the verdict for me is that OP is not wrong for announcing her pregnancy at the wedding because she discreetly told her parents. The sister didn't even know about it, and it seems like the sister may be chronically online and heard that if someone announces their pregnancy at your wedding, they're absolutely all the time wrong. But in this situation, I don't think that OP was wrong because nobody else found out about it. It's not like she got on the mic like the other commenter said and told everybody. She told 2 people. It didn't go past that, and everybody else found out later through Facebook. You destroyed a special time for OP to announce her pregnancy just because you wanted to reserve all the spotlight for yourself. I honestly think that the sister would have had the same spotlight whether OP would have announced her pregnancy earlier on or if she would have told the parents and no one else. I think the sister just overstepped her boundaries in stopping OP from announcing her pregnancy. But of course, y'all let me know what y'all think, and let's jump right into the next story. Am I wrong for being 30 weeks pregnant at my sister's wedding? How could you control that? But people are crazy about their weddings, so let's see what happens here. Let's jump right into the facts. My husband and I have a 4-year-old daughter. We decided at the end of 2021 we wanted to try for another baby beginning January 2022. From January to March, we had no positive tests and figured the second one may be more challenging. Then in April, my sister got engaged to her now fiance. My husband and I decided we would stop trying until we knew the wedding date, so we did not bring a newborn to the wedding or have a due date really close to it. That is very considerate of them. They found a venue they loved and booked it for May 2023. We waited until we were in the clear of this date range to begin trying again so that we wouldn't have a newborn or have me ready to burst in the same time frame. Once we were in the time frame of June 2023, we decided to continue trying but assumed it would take a while as we hadn't gotten pregnant from January to March of this year. Turns out it was only one more try necessary, and I am now expecting and will be 30 weeks at the time of their wedding. 30 weeks is not too bad. She probably will be noticeably showing, but 30 weeks is not bad. We have just now started telling our family that we are expecting and opted to tell my sister and her fiance first to let them know I will be 30 weeks and that we will be there as long as I am not on bed rest or anything else happens. The venue is 45 minutes from our house and 25 minutes from the hospital. So far, it is a healthy pregnancy and I had no complications with my first. At least they are being very transparent and letting the sister know. I expected her to be happy for me, but she is incredibly angry with me and feels that my baby will take away from her wedding day. I feel as though I really tiptoed around her wedding and even put a pause on my own plans for her and her day. Yes, people cannot expect you to stop your plans because they have something else going on. Someone's gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's pregnant while you guys are doing your vows? Probably not. Is your sister thinking that people are going to be coming up to you rubbing your belly instead of coming to take pictures of her and telling her congratulations on her new marriage? Who cares? She will be entertaining so many other guests. I genuinely thought this would take more time than it did as we had issues at the beginning of the year. I even asked if she wanted to replace me in the wedding if she's more comfortable with that, but she has yet to respond to me. At least you're offering that. This OP is being very considerate of her sister. Her sister is just being a whiny little baby in my opinion, but we'll get deeper into my opinion in a moment. Now that we're telling family, my mom thinks I'm awful for making her wedding about me. What? My other sister said I should have told the family our plans first to determine what was best. Really? I feel like maybe I'm not in the right frame of mind to determine if I'm the one in the wrong here. So, am I wrong for being pregnant at her wedding? Oh my gosh, these families are a little bit out of control. Why do people think that having a baby is more important than somebody getting married? Oh my gosh, let me know your comments down below. Before we get into my thoughts, we're going to check out some of the Redditor comments and then we'll go from there. First comment says, what the F is wrong with people? Were you supposed to put your entire life on hold for a year plus just so you don't have a baby bump at your sister's wedding? Not the a-hole, and I would just not go because guaranteed your sister is going to make a scene or complain afterwards that you stole her day because she sounds super self-centered. I have to agree with that commenter there. Next person says, not the a-hole, what the actual You can be pregnant at a wedding. You can be pregnant in a wedding. F your family, man. I am so sorry. This sounds absolutely awful. So it sounds like the Redditors are on OP's side. Someone responds to that comment and says, it sounds less like they think OP being pregnant will interfere with her being able to do things and more like they think that her visible pregnancy will draw everyone else's attention and cause everyone to fawn all over her and ignore the bride. This seems ludicrous to me, but I don't know. Maybe nobody in the family knows how to act around a pregnant woman, ? OP is not the a-hole. They are the ones making this all about her and her pregnancy, not her. And I have to agree, who's just stopping a wedding to go rub on some lady's belly? Like, this is about the person that is having the wedding. Someone else says, not the a-hole. Your sister seems to have gone full bridezilla and your mother should be ashamed of herself for siding with her. I agree with that. Next comment says, what the actual is wrong with people? Are there really people who think like this? What do they expect you to do? Have a termination so sis can have her big day? It's not like you went out looking to get pregnant to steal her thunder. You've been actively trying before she even got engaged. Newsflash, people, the world doesn't stop because you got married. People don't stop living their lives to plan around one day. Thinking that people should plan around your day is delusional. I definitely agree with that comment. And if you agree or you don't agree, make sure you're commenting down below. As we already know, being pregnant at a wedding is not illegal, but apparently this family believes that it should be illegal, at least morally. So let's jump into my analysis of the situation. OP has been overly considerate of her sister's wedding, in my opinion. I definitely agree with the Reddit comments in that I am not going to stop my life in order for you to have a wedding. It is a wedding. There are pregnant people at weddings all the time. I understand that they have the same family members and they might be excited to say, oh my gosh, so-and-so is pregnant. Let me go and congratulate her. That is completely normal. And honestly, people probably would have already seen it if OP decides to announce it online or tell other people in their family. Will they go up to her and congratulate her in person? Probably. Might they want to take a picture rubbing her belly or just rub her belly and tell her congratulations? Probably. Isn't it normal for a family members to go up to other family members who are not the bride and talk to them and maybe catch up on life with them and maybe even take a picture with them? Why does it matter that she's actually pregnant? Those same family members were probably going to talk to her anyways. If the issue is that the sister is going to have a problem with OP being in the wedding pictures, OP has already offered not to be in the bridesmaid, so she wouldn't be in as many pictures, only if they allow like a family picture. I don't know what the sister is thinking. People are pregnant at weddings. Family are going to talk to other family members at weddings, whether they're pregnant or not. So what is the big issue here? Overall, my verdict on the situation is that OP is not wrong in the situation. She has been overly considerate of the sister situation, and she's actually been nicer than me in the situation. So let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video and you made it this far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch y'all all in the next video.